I mean, what's going on there?
Blink twice.
Yeah, blink twice if you're okay. And stay out of the water.
Please stay out of the water. Friends, welcome to the Random Theory Podcast. I'm your host, Grace Dierig, and on each episode, we're going to be talking about a scientific topic and conversation that exists within the world, all of which is going to be backed up with scientific information. We aren't experts around here, but we do enjoy talking about science. And every episode, I'm going to have my homie Josh with me.
Hey, how's it going?
Nailed it. Okay, enough chit chat about what this podcast is about. Let's hop into today's episode. We are talking about jellyfish and pee. And if I'm being completely honest with you, I hope that you do not ever have to pee on me when we're at the beach. And you shouldn't ever pee on me. Ever.
Okay.
Like ever.
Okay.
Got that?
Let's get into it.
Okay, Josh, picture this. You're at the beach for the weekend with your friends and your family. You're splashing and jumping and ducking your head in the waves, and it's super fantastic. And you're just like starting to cool off in the water. Then something soft brushes up against your leg.
Okay.
And suddenly that coolness is replaced by hot shooting pain. You've been stung by a jellyfish. Now what do?
I feel like you always hear that you got to pee on it, right? You see that in movies and stuff?
Yeah, you would think. That's what I was always
somebody's
told.
got to pee on it.
I mean,
I don't pee on myself.
You can if you got to pee. But usually if you're going to the ocean, you've already you peed in the ocean.
Well.
That's what I do when I go in the ocean.
I think everyone does that.
No, legit though. I saw it on Friends. I believe on that episode, Monica's the one that gets stung and asked Chandler to pee on her or something, or Joey or one of the Friends characters. And that's where that rumor started. Yeah. Was that you're supposed to be peed on by a jellyfish. But I don't know if I agree with it after reading a little bit. Because this is a question I really had is is it okay to be peed on? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you did a little research and it looks like that might not be the case. No, not at all. Yeah. Okay, so for the two people out in the world that don't know what a jellyfish is, it's a brainless organism that floats around the ocean and stings you when it's close to shore. Okay. It lacks brains, blood, and even a heart. So they're pretty simple creatures. Doesn't even have a brain. No. Weird. Or a heart. So they're composed of 3 layers. They have an outer layer called the epidermis, much like humans have. We have our epidermis, which is our skin. And they have a middle layer made of a thick, elastic, jelly-like substance called mesoglia. Mesoglia? Sure. That feels right. Yeah. That feels accurate. Yeah, mesoglia. And then they have an inner layer called the gastrodermis. So you've got your epidermis, your mesoglia, and your gastrodermis. Okay. And then they also have a pretty elementary nervous system. And this allows the jellyfish to kind of smell, detect light, and respond to other stimuli. So they have a nervous system instead of, I guess we have. Instead of a brain. Yeah. I mean, we have both, but they just have the one. Yeah. So nothing corresponds to the brain to be I am feeling pain in my left tentacle. Yeah. It's just pain. It just does it. It's just there. Which is kind of crazy. That is really weird. I think that's the weirdest thing about jellyfish is that they're just these things floating around the ocean. And then something else that kind of freaks me out about them is we can't study them because when you pull them up out of the water, they're 95% water. So they just turn into these bags. It just shrivels up and oh wow. Okay. And we don't know how they reproduce because we can't capture them in nature. They only do it in nature, kind of like eels. Yeah. And so we can't catch them because number one, they're so fragile and they don't do anything properly in captivity. They just die instantly. That's sad. It's so sad because they go with currents. That's the cool thing about jellyfish is they just kind of go with currents and smells and things, which is kind of cool, but also kind of strange. It's a little strange. So they're just this mysterious bag of water floating around the ocean? Basically, it is a bag of water that's just floating throughout the ocean. Ready to sting you. Ready to sting you and wrap its tentacles around you. Speaking of how it stings you, this is actually pretty interesting. Okay. So jellyfish have special cells along their tentacles called cnidocytes. Cnidocytes. You nailed that. Thank you. Because it's not spelled how you would expect it. It's spelled CNIDOCYTES.
Oh, yeah. What's that C doing there?
It's just hanging out.
That has no business being at the front there.
No. So within these cells, so they have harpoon-like structures that are full of venom that are called pneumatocysts. So imagine your cells in your body just having harpoons basically in them that are ready to eject at any moment.
That's intense.
It's so intense.
That is very intense.
And so once the venom is injected into your skin, the pain, redness, and blistering starts to begin.
Okay.
Which is kind of intense.
That is, and this is crazy. All of this is coming from something that doesn't even have a brain.
It doesn't have a brain. It only has nerves.
Okay.
So it knows when it wraps around you, it's like, I must sting you and try to eat you.
Yeah.
But it can't eat humans. It can only kill humans with its venom. The pneumatocyst shoots out when triggered by touch and can penetrate human skin in less than it takes for the time for you to blink. Isn't that crazy? Like, think about blinking. And by the time you blink, you will already have been stung by a jellyfish, and the pneumatocyst is like injecting venom into you.
Jeez. Jellyfish are nuts.
So it's a cnidocyte, and then the harpoon-like structure, which is the pneumatocyst.
Okay.
And then from the pneumatocyst, there's a protein found in there called porphin. And this is the venom that's injected from jellyfish. And this is actually in all the relatives. So jellyfish are related to coral,
Oh.
of all things.
Sure. Why not?
And so this is actually found in coral, anemones, and any other type of creature. The Cnidarian is a phylum
Oh, gosh.
under the kingdom
We are getting into it.
Animalia, containing over 11,000 species of aquatic animal. This porphin protein from the venom of the jellyfish is actually found in all of its relatives. So the anemones, coral, all the guys.
In the Cnidarians.
And the cnidarians all have this porphin protein, which causes like this major irritation.
Okay.
Which is kind of crazy.
So the porphin is in the cnidocytes,
Which are harpoon shaped.
which are harpoon shaped, and those are in the nematocyst.
Yes. We've talked about how they sting you
Yeah.
now, but I think one of the crazy things is that these things have been on the earth for more than 500 million years.
500 million? Whoa.
Yeah. Fish evolved about 370 million years ago. So jellyfish were here before fish, which makes sense because they don't have a brain. They just have a nervous system, all that stuff.
They're a real simple creature.
They're super simple, but the oldest fossil of a jellyfish was actually found here in Utah.
Really?
Yeah, because
Shout
you
out
know
to Utah.
Yeah, right. Go
Nice.
Utah.
We got something.
Right. It used to be a river or ocean.
Ocean, yeah.
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 Not a river.
Not a real big river.
I guess the ocean is just one big
It's
river.
just one giant river. You heard it here
Heard
first,
it here
folks.
first.
The ocean is a giant river.
It just blows my mind that like they don't have a brain.
Yeah.
And they just have these nerves in their body that they're just like, this is great. I am floating around, feeling things,
Yeah,
stinging things, killing things.
How do they know?
They don't. That's
They
the
don't
funny
know.
part. Is they literally don't know. And I think the crazy part in the research that I was doing about these jellyfish is that literally their mouth doubles as their anus.
Sure.
So it's a good thing they don't have a brain.
Oh, gosh.
Just process that for a minute.
I'd rather not.
Like, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
So what do they eat?
They eat little like things that get stuck in their tentacles that they kill. So
Oh,
like
right,
the
and they
really
just-
big ones. Yeah.
Pop them in?
Yeah, basically it's like
Yeah. Okay. But then it also comes out that same way a little while later.
yeah, so they eat krill, larvafish, and other prey that can't hurt their mushy little bodies. So other big fish like eat jellyfish, but literally the only thing that they really have trying to eat them all the time are turtles.
Turtles. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The turtles, man. You know Nemo when they go through the jellyfish field on the turtle's back and the turtles
Yeah.
save them? You know why the turtles were there? They're eating
They
the
wanted to eat 'em.
jellyfish.
Oh, that's dark.
Right?
They don't get into that in Finding
They
Nemo.
don't, but that's what was happening. So we know that they don't have brains.
Yep.
We know that they don't have any bones or anything. They're
Yep.
literally just bags floating through the ocean.
Yep.
What if I told you it was the world's most venomous creature?
A jellyfish? Why not?
Exactly.
At this
Why
point,
not?
like it's
Why not?
nothing
Jellyfish
is
are gonna
surprising
take
me
over the
about them
world.
anymore.
Yeah.
It seems like they are, yeah.
The box jellyfish is the most venomous creature.
And
like
they're like tiny too.
they're tiny, yeah. Like in Australia, lifeguards are like equipped with like a venom thing. So if you get stung, you literally like scream immediately, and they have to come like stab you with the thing to like reduce the reaction because it like will kill you.
If stung by the deadliest jellyfish, you will most certainly know right away. In fact, many people go into shock by the pain of the sting before any actually deadly symptoms take over.
Are you kidding me?
So it's like instantaneous.
Like your body just goes into like instant shock.
Yeah. Lethal symptoms include paralysis,
Sure.
cardiac arrest, arrhythmias. I don't know why it says collapse. I guess you just fall over.
Sure. You're trying to get out of the water.
Then you drowned. I don't know.
Sure.
And difficulty breathing. Well, if you collapse in the water, you'll have difficulty breathing.
Also, this thing's found in Australia. It's not found here in the United States, but it's found in Australia where everything kills you.
Australia needs to take a good hard look at themselves.
They really do. They have giant spiders
And snakes.
and poisonous jellyfish.
It's
So it says avoid swimming or wading in areas with boxed jellyfish. So just avoid Australia at all costs.
yeah.
If you're from Australia.
Sorry, Australia.
We love you. We really do.
But I mean, what's going on there?
Blink twice.
Yeah, blink twice if you're okay, and stay out of the water.
Please stay out of the water.
This is terrifying. If you get stung by a box jellyfish, you will really not be able to do too much to help yourself.
Sure.
Due to the amount of pain that you'll be in.
So your body just literally shuts down.
You just shut down and are just in pain.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Here's the crazy part about box jellies.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to a 6-foot man, they're like the size of maybe like a human head, but their tentacles are like the length of like a 6-foot man. So yeah, they can weigh up to 4 pounds, and they are 10 feet long and they're 10 inches across. But they're like the head of the jellyfish is like literally like the size of a normal human head. Yeah. But the tentacles can be like up to like 9, 10 feet
10
long.
feet, yeah. So they're just spreading all the way out.
Bro, the jellyfish could be across the room from you and still like kill you.
Yeah.
And murk you. They only live for a year.
Well, that's great.
But we don't.
Good to hear.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But we still can't study any of them because we can't get them in captivity because catching them they're so fragile.
Right. Well, I don't even want to catch them.
I don't want to touch one.
Yeah, get those things out of here.
But like someone's got to catch them, or we got to get some more like turtles in the world and stop drinking out of straws.
Bring the turtle. Yeah.
I just looked up because I was curious about like how these guys do the thing with the reproductive thing.
Yeah.
So box jellyfish are sexual and asexual reproducers, which means they don't need a partner.
So they are going to take over the world.
Yes, they don't need a partner
Okay.
to handle that. They can literally do it themselves.
Do it themselves, yeah. So.
Wow. And it only takes like 3 to 4 months for them to reproduce.
Yeah. We're at 9, so they've got us beat there. That's
significantly.
Yeah.
Significantly.
They're going to be the new apex predator.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Taking everybody out with them. So you don't even know if you're by a box jelly. Most jellyfish, you don't see them.
Yeah, you don't. You just feel the pain.
You just feel instant pain.
Oh, jeez.
So with pee, you just got to drink lots of water. And so like I was thinking, I was like, well, what if I went to the beach and I was like incredibly hydrated?
Yeah.
Like that's fresh, quote unquote, fresh water that I would be putting on the jellyfish. But jellyfish are salt critters.
Salt critters.
They are sea salt critters.
They are sea salt. Yeah.
No, so I was like, well, the other thing I was thinking of, like, what if I was just in the ocean and I had peed? And then I come back as I'm, like, tramping in from the ocean. Like, I kick one of these suckers and it, like, wraps around my leg. I can't pee on myself now. I just emptied my bladder.
You just peed, yeah.
So then you have to have a friend come over and, like, quote unquote, pee on you.
Yeah. And that's just a whole weird thing.
It's a whole weird thing, have your friend pee on you.
Yeah.
So I wonder where this came from, of the context of peeing. Like, did someone come up with this and was like, this is a socially acceptable way to pee on other people?
Yeah, why is that a thing? And
I have no
where
idea.
did
It came from friends, but I don't know why, like, they thought that was a good idea.
Okay, so this is saying one possible reason this myth became popular could be due to the fact that urine contains compounds like ammonia and urea.
Sure.
If used alone, these substances may be helpful for some stings, but And here's where your thing comes in. Pee contains a lot of water.
Bingo.
And the water dilutes those
Yes.
two compounds. So if you had just like chugged a gallon of water and hit the beach,
You're going to be hydrated and ready
you're
to go.
just dumping water on yourself at that point. It's not going to do anything.
But so, like, when you pee on anything, it actually changes the balance of the solution.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to change the concentration of the salt inside the pee, and the cnidocytes set off that sting. So when you add fresh water to the sting site, it dilutes the salt outside the cell, unbalancing the solute. So you're creating a hypertonic environment that's shrinking the cell and pushing the venom out into your skin.
So it makes it worse.
It makes it so much worse to pee on it.
Because of the water in pee.
Yes.
Because obviously the other two things are beneficial
Yeah.
if they were on their own.
Yeah.
But there's too much water in pee.
It creates an unbalanced
It creates
environment.
an unbalanced environment and makes it worse.
Yeah. So like think about like a hot and cold room. If you like basically had a wall or a door dividing those two,
Mm-hmm.
if you open that door, they're going to want to mix.
Oh, yeah?
So this is the same thing, but with water. So you
Right.
have a super like salty environment, and then you have a freshwater environment. And then when they mix together, they want to basically be at the same level.
Yeah.
So you really just mess up the whole thing,
You
create
just-
some imbalance when you pee.
What if you were incredibly dehydrated?
You know, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And I really thought about that, and I was like, I'm dehydrated all the time because all I drink is
don't
coffee.
Drink, you don't drink water.
I don't drink any water.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
You're just peeing coffee. at that-
Exactly. So I wonder if I can pee coffee on a jellyfish and it'd be okay.
That's a whole other thing.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So pouring fresh water, including any kind of urine, literally any form, yours, your dog's, your
Yeah.
sister's, brothers, aunts,
Sure.
uncles, boyfriends, girlfriends. It'll change the composition of the solution surrounding the remaining cell and trigger the release of more pneumatocyst and venom. The best thing to do is run back into the ocean, apparently.
Really? Oh, so you want to rinse it off
Yeah.
with the same
Yeah,
liquid.
That
so,
is-
so that it doesn't trigger
more venom.
more venom to be released.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so like if you get stung by a jellyfish out in the ocean, you know, just stay in the ocean.
Just hang out there.
Pull the jellyfish off you by using its head, because sometimes you have to do that.
Right.
And then just like,
Just kind of yeah.
yeah. So thinking about it and doing research on it, I was like, you can't stay in the ocean forever.
Right, you can't just live in the ocean.
You can't become a fish.
Yeah,
So
well.
you got to come back on shore eventually. So next time you go to the beach, pack some baking soda just in case, because you can like make a paste with the baking soda and seawater and slap that on your sting sites and you know, take the sting out of it and just walk around with a white blob all over you.
I've done that, but with like a bee sting.
Yes, I have done that as well.
You take the stinger out, obviously, and then smear some on.
I've also used Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah. Really?
Yes, because it has such a high salinity content
Oh,
that it doesn't want the venom to release anymore.
interesting.
Yeah.
So take some baking soda, maybe a little Worcestershire sauce.
You'd be good to
And
go.
you're good to go, yeah.
You know, maybe even some vinegar, or some like 5% acetic acid, whatever you got on hand.
I've
at
got
the beach.
that on. I've always got some ready to go.
I mean, you can make some salt and vinegar chips.
Wow.
At the beach.
At the beach?
Yeah, we just have some Worcestershire sauce.
So now we're just cooking at the beach.
We're having a barbecue.
Yeah.
If you have a barbecue at the beach, you get stung by a jellyfish, you'll be okay.
You got all. Well, I don't usually take 5% acetic acid to barbecues.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, you're right. What do I mean? What am I saying?
Next time we have a barbecue, you need to bring it.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't forget it, please.
That's my bad. I usually bring the baking soda, but
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
So what we learned today
Yeah,
was that science words are hard, pneumatocyst,
for sure.
and
Science.
some other
Well, okay.
technical terms.
That's because they just shove meaningless letters in there that are silent. So
You're not wrong, though. They really do.
They do. Yeah.
And then the other thing we learned today was if you get stung by a jellyfish and a friend comes over to pee on you,
Yeah.
tell that friend to hold their pee inside
Pull
of
it
them.
in, or go to the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that you need some baking soda stat
Or some Worcestershire sauce.
or some acetic acid.
Yep.
Whatever they got on hand.
Whatever. I'm sure they've got one of those on hand. Yeah.
If they do, that'd be so legit. You got like keep that friend around. They're ready for the apocalypse.
I'm just picturing like some sort of Batman like belt holster. They just have bottles of stuff on hand, ready to go.
That's legit. That's so legit. Oh, I love it.
There we go.
That's it.
So next time you're at the beach, don't let anybody pee on you.
Just please don't.
Yeah.
It'd be really bad. Guys, this is the first episode of The Random Theory. We have so much more in store for you, and we are so excited to get this going. It would tremendously help us out if you left a rating and review and subscribe to this. That would mean the world to us. So if you have any crazy science topics that you want us to discuss, hit us up on social at The King of Random. We would love to take a look at the topics that you have and really dive into them because we are literally learning alongside you guys. So until then, stay random and keep thinking of some crazy things we could discover together.